back with part 2 of episode 1 of season 2 of
You want me to scooch over?
Ovaries.
Just a little bit. Scooch.
Scooch?
Scooch.
Scooch. Scooch ovaries!
Because now we're going to start chemo because I can't have the surgery. So we're going to do chemo and then maybe a little surgery in like December or January. So I'm like, what? So I'm all set to go. And then they said, well, your liver numbers aren't great. So there was a delay. And then I became anemic and there was a delay. And then there was a third one. I think it was, my hemoglobin and my hematocrit were too low. And so it ended up.
did keep pushing that chemo back.
I'd lose a week or two here and there, and it kept delaying it. And I don't know if you guys have heard the expression, delays kill people with cancer. I want to share that I did eventually start chemo.
Yes.
And it had lots of fun effects. And then lots of detail as we come and go with you're going to be hearing about it throughout the season. As I'm reminded of things, I will tell those stories. But if we could fast forward and get right to the surgery.
Oh, sure. One thing I just wanted to say about the chemo, as an outsider looking in, you had like 8 chemos. And
7 ended up being, no, it was going to be 8, but it was 7.
It's like the Harry Potter films. There was 7 books, but 8 chemos. This is the opposite. There was only 7 chemos. But it seemed like as an outsider looking in, it seemed like each of your 7 chemos had each of a different effect. I felt like chemo 1 wasn't like chemo 2, wasn't like chemo 3. Yeah. I felt like you kind of powered through the first 1 or 2, and then the last one kind of kicked your butt.
Yeah,
but then you had varying degrees of, some in the middle were not great, and then they sort of tweaked your cocktail and they got to be better. So, I mean, anyone going through that, no, everything's going to sort of be different every time. Not always bad, not always good, just different.
Very true. And the medications they use are the strongest except for the ones they treat blood cancer with. So if you're going to line up the strongest chemos, it's blood cancer and then pancreatic cancer.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So it's pretty strong, but it's very effective for a lot of people. I was one of the lucky people that it was effective for, and my tumor actually shrunk. Yeah. According to the blood test results. Funny story, though, turns out, and the CAT scan results, turns out that they thought it was 2.1 centimeters, then it got down to 1.6, and we were all very excited. My cancer marker went down, but then when they actually did the surgery, it was 3 centimeters.
Wow.
So, I don't know. And I saw a picture of it, and I think it was like they filleted it. I'm like, are we going to get a little garlic butter? I didn't know what I was looking at. I'm like, what is... It was just... Ugh. So, oxaliplatin is it makes you sensitive to cold. You cannot drink anything cold for me it was a week. Yeah. Nothing cold. You can't hold something in your hands that's cold. You can't have cold water running. You can't take something out of your freezer because it feels like your hands are burning. Yeah. So oxaliplatin did its damage to me, and by the 6th and then 7th chemo, it started neuropathy in my body. So the tips of my fingers were numb, and the bottom of my feet and my toes were numb. Yeah. So the oxaliplatin gave me chemo-induced neuropathy. A lot of people with diabetes have neuropathy. Other causes can bring it on. It's sometimes permanent. It's sometimes temporary. There's no way of knowing. You have to wait a full year to see. There are medications for it that can treat it, and I don't know if they always help. So I asked, well, what are the side effects of those medications? Because if it's suicidal ideation and weight gain, we're not doing that. They said, oh, yeah, that's on there. I said, then we're good. Yeah. We're not going to try Humira or Cymbalta or whatever medication. Irinotecan makes your hair fall out, and it makes you nauseous. So I threw up at one of my chemos, which was a bummer. So then they put irinotecan on my list of allergies. I'm like, and yet you're pumping it into my vein. Yeah. Which was ironic, So they'd come and bring me drinks during the chemo, and I'm like, well, it's got to be room temperature. And room temperature with an air conditioner on is still cold. Yeah. Yeah, and, especially if you were that sensitive to the cold. And does anyone know why hospitals have to be so cold?
Probably the medicine to keep
kill germs. Oh, the medicine?
It would be the opposite, to make sure like the medicine doesn't go sour.
Because it's like milk.
Yeah. Well, be careful. Those antibiotics looks like they're starting to curdle.
So don't call Robin with your medical questions. It's to kill the germs. But thanks for playing.
Oh.
Because cold kills germs and heat is where they grow.
Oh.
Germs. Bacteria.
They're everywhere.
Yeah. And they and they really want to give these socks away they give you. And they're color coded. So when you have yellow socks on at the hospital, you're a fall risk and you have to wear a yellow bracelet.
Oh, okay.
So that was fun. I had that with the stent and then I had it with the surgery. And even when I was, the bracelets were always on when I had chemo too. So you got a yellow one on because you're a fall risk. You got a white one with your name and birthday on in case anybody wants to, call Denny's and let them know they need to get a Grand Slam ready because I'm coming July 1st. Because I said that the other day at work. I'm like, you guys don't take advantage of the free birthday stuff? You can get a drink at Starbucks, anything you want. And then I went blank. I said, "Oh wait, you can get a log cake at Publix."
Denny's. I've gone to Denny's on my birthday.
Fucking Grand Slam.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is not something I'm looking for right now. Because it would be a Grand Slam to my colon, and I don't want to do that. So
a Grand Slam would have a double entendre with belly issues.
It would be. I have the belly issues. So Iranietikin's fun. But here's a good thing, because throughout this whole thing, I'm like, am I going to lose my hair? Because Iranietikin, it all was fine till around the 5th chemo. And I thought, I think I'm going to be all right. And then I noticed it was getting thin in my hair. And it was already kind of thin. But like when your hair just falls on the floor and you see it there? I couldn't see mine if I didn't have my glasses on. My hair was so thin.
Oh, wow.
But
little
people
spider webs or something.
Yeah, but if people came over, I'm like, oh, somebody was here with healthy hair. Look at this thing I could thread. I could sew a button with this. Is this Sarah? This is not mine.
Yeah.
And yours are curly, and then Catherine has great hair.
Thick like mine are thick like twine.
Yeah, but that's healthy hair. Mine was thin, and then it was getting thinner and thinner, and I was getting concerned. And I was saying it's like a bad mullet. It's like a party in the back, chemo in the front. Thank you for laughing. And I didn't like that, so I said, isn't there something you guys can do? Because I was asking them this before I started any of the treatments. What are we going to do to prevent the hair loss? What do we do? We're getting Rogaine? What do we do? And then I look it up, and there's this thing you put on your head, and it forces ice cold water to be pumped around your head while you're having chemo. Can't do that if you're on oxaliplatin because you can't have cold. And that's the first one they give you. So I was never a candidate for the magic thing that helps you not lose your hair.
Yeah, because that would have been painful to have that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would have hurt. And my favorite was when they said there's a 60% chance I will lose my hair. I said, is that like weather? 60% of my hair or 60% out of 100 people lose their hair? That's two different things.
Yeah, you're going to lose your hair just 60% somewhere on your body.
Yeah. So that was fun. And then you really do lose your hair, and then it gets worse. And then I was leaving the wispy bits, and then I started wearing a ball cap at work, and then I just cut it off because I didn't shave it. I just cut it off. And now it is April 5th. We are filming production.
Happy Easter.
Happy Easter. That's right. Happy Easter.
Happy
Ends in an
Easter.
AH. Easter. And that surgery was on January 21st. So, and the last chemo was in November.
Okay.
And this is what I got.
Yeah, I think it looks good. I think it's growing back a little bit darker. I think we had talked about this off camera.
Yeah,
off
it's darker, but what did you say about the gray?
There's a little snow on the roof.
Jesus.
But not a whole lot. It's just like, how sometimes like for our northern people, it's what I used to call spitting. Like, is it snowing? It's not really snowing. It's kind of spitting. And then that's what it was. Just a little snow on the roof. Just a little smattering. Just a little smidge. Just a little scooch.
And I appreciate that. But did you literally say, spitting for snow?
Not when it like full on snows, but just when it kind of, it's kind of like the equivalent of a mist. Like you just see like a few.
Like rain?
No, it's just kind of spits. It's like flurries. That's the meteorological term, flurries.
Yes, I'm sure Jim Cantori says flurries. The fuck? No, we all say flurries.
Yeah, I think
spitting is rain. No?
It's kind of spitting, kind of spitting snow. Kind of spitting the rhymes. Yo, I'm snowing. Here we go. Anyway, I'm sorry. I keep
you're
interrupting
fine.
you.
No, it's I'm interrupting myself because I can't remember stuff. So then I had the surgery, and also big shout out to my village, my people. I started a 20-person text, and then I realized, shit, I left a bunch of people out. So I started another 20-person text. And once you open one of those texts, if there's people with a Samsung, as Kathleen Madigan has a lovely bit about it, you can't edit the groups once you've started. So I had to start the first one like 4 times because I had to add people. I got up to 20. And then I had to open up another one with another 20. And then there were other people I just sent stuff separately.
Yeah, there was a lot,
there was
of,
a family
lot of text message groups. But it's good because I think that kept us, like we didn't have to bug you a million times. We didn't have to bug your sister, especially when the surgery came. It was just a great way to communicate to all of your friends and the people who cared about you, which was a lot, which is still a lot.
Yeah, and lots of people have told me, I didn't know you had that many friends. I'm like, I didn't either.
Don't like to brag, but
well, it's kind of heartwarming when you learn how much people care.
Yeah.
And as I've said several times, and people are uncomfortable when I say it, I haven't felt this level of love since my mother died.
Oh, gosh.
Which sounds rough, but that's people embrace you when you go through a horrible loss or horrible illness or horrible trauma. I mean, even divorce, anything. Lots of things can happen in your life and your people gather around you. And those are your people. And you'll be surprised at who they end up being and who doesn't show up. But we're not going to get into that because that's personal choices.
We have a list and we're naming names now.
Everybody showed up. It was amazing. And I want to thank my drivers to chemo, which included you. Robin did a lot of the disconnects. Because one of my chemos, I had to leave on a Friday afternoon after my day at chemo. I'd leave with a pump on a big fanny pack, and that would pump me full of that stuff for 46 hours. That was the 5FU. Yeah. And then Sunday afternoon, we'd have to go and get disconnected. And I have a port. And that was one of the first things they had to do. I had to go in for that. That was under like a local, if you will. It wasn't like a surgery. Yeah. But they put a port in, and that is where they can access and do blood directly into the vein. So that's fun. And then they gave me lidocaine because they said it's going to be painful. I said, I'm a girl. So I have always had a low hum of pain. So if you stick a needle in my chest, it's not really going to hurt. I don't need lidocaine. Because it's like.
Can you give me some flying pills too?
You're
pills. You're very more bold than me as far as medical stuff.
I am, and one day I'll teach you the name of your flying pills, and it'll be something. So what are you gonna do? I mean, I became a pincushion all over my body. And when it's bad, they got to use your hand. When it's bad, they use your hand, which I had a lot. I had that this week. I had to go to my general for my thyroid.
They go in the veins.
Yeah, because there's nothing. They're all rolling. Over here's like a cluster now. It's just like wadded up hairball of veins over here, and this side's kind of like try to catch us, and they're rolling or floating. They call it. I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. Just stick the needle in. You'll hit something. But the hand they can always do because they can see it.
Yeah, you got bigger veins in the old hand.
My other drivers were Sarah drove me, and Moggy drove me to one. She came down from my twin sister. Moggy came down from New York and drove me. Catherine took me, and Lori got to be there when I threw up at chemo. That was fun. Lori, I said, that was the day of the spill. That was the day they plugged me into the adapter with the oxaliplatin. There's a lot of, it looks like a Rube Goldberg experiment. The pipes and the hoses and the connectors and the bibbity bops from the 4 machines that are loading IVs into me. Because there's always like a saline or a dextrose, which is the base. You get your salt water or your sugar water, and then you get your meds in little bags. So at one point, one of the fellow nurses, nothing against boy nurses. I prefer the girl nurses. The boy nurse, the only one on the floor, he came in, said, oh, it's a new adapter. We're all still getting trained on it. And then I'm laying there with a blanket over me, and I noticed that my shirt feels a little wet. So I look, I'm like, oh, my shirt's wet. And then I go like this, and I'm holding a hose with chemo coming out of it. And I go, Lori, you need to leave. it's fine for me to be here, but you should leave. So she went and stood in the hallway. The nurse came in and went, oh. And then they all put on their hazmat suits. And I'm like, guys, just holding it. It's dripping down my fingers. My shirt's all wet. And so it's on my skin already. And I'm like, is that going to be okay? So they give me a wet paper towel and say, why don't you wipe off your skin? I'm like, you look like you could go into the 3 Mile Island 10 minutes after it happened. But this wet paper towel will definitely sterilize my skin from the exposure to chemo. And then they hooked it back up. I took my shirt off. Luckily, I had a hoodie with me, and I just wore that as my shirt. Yeah. And then I was fine. And Lori was like, holy shit. I'm like, I know. And then they gave me, I think that was a day I didn't feel so good, so they gave me atropine, and then I threw up.
Oh, gosh.
So Lori got to be there for that. There is an amazing new throw-up bag. Forget the ones on the plane. It looks like a little plastic circle, and it's got a bag that comes out, and it's heaven. I bought 100 of them. I keep one in my purse. They're everywhere.
Hey, if you're looking for sponsors, throw-up bags, you know where to go to. Scooch Ovaries.
I got you. I got them in blue. Anyway, and I got rubber gloves because when people come over, you're immunosuppressed. You know, I mean, I'm suppressed in a lot of ways, but immunosuppressed at the time, everybody had to wear rubber gloves or wear a mask when they take care of me, and we can't touch each other's silverware. And all my friends are like, I got kids. And they are like, you know, no one's looking to have babies right now in my life, so it's okay. But they're like, stay away from pregnant ladies and little kids. I'm like, why? I kind of do anyway. But I'm joking. But they were like concerned about exposure to the chemo, because while I'm getting the chemo, that's fine. But then if I go to work, I'm exposing other people to my chemo. It's coming off of me for a couple days, shedding for several days. So I asked them if I could have a dedicated stall at the ladies' room. And then we bought some toilet paper, toilet covers, seat covers. And I told everybody I am the farthest on the left stall, so stay out. So in the morning when I go in, if the lid's not up and the water's not blue, I'm like, who used my turlet? As Robin
This is my turlet.
Yeah, which is, you know, ridiculous. So then we finished chemo, and now we're going to have the surgery, and we're very excited. Let's go do it. And I feel like that's a whole nother episode.
Okay. We could, if you would want to cut it off here.
Yeah, I think so, because that was a lot. And then we'll do the surgery. And because, the surgery.
It could be.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
It could be. I also want to mention that twice I had to do the cleanse, so they could do tests on me that required me to have the surgery. The surgery required me to clean out everything. So I couldn't have anything in my body food-wise. So I made it super cold because I read somewhere it'll go down easier, the mixture that you have to drink that day while you go into the bathroom all day.
The cold thing. And
then I did that. And then my whole body's like, I don't think this is a good idea. And then I threw up, and then like 5 times, and I was trembling. So Sarah went and picked Margaret up at the airport because she was coming to be here. And that was, I believe, for the January 6th surgery, which you'll hear more about in the next episode, because I didn't have one surgery. I had 2. So Margaret and Sarah walk in. I'm like, I'm freezing. And they're like, what happened? I'm like, I'm shitting my brains out and freezing. I'm so cold. I don't want to drink it anymore. And they said, sit down, put a bunch of blankets on me. And we all decided that was like the worst part. Pre-surgery, that was the worst part of the whole experience.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Because I got steroids when I had the chemo, so it always kind of balanced out discomfort.
This year, I guess from November to January, everything was probably out of your system from doing chemo to the surgery.
Yeah, and January 6th was just the first surgery, and the colon cleanse.
You know what? From now on, January 6th is going to live in infamy because of that.
I apologize.
Only because of that.
The colon cleanse was January 6th. The surgery was January 7th. I said, you can't do it on the 6th? Like, I wanted my surgery on Insurrection Day. I don't know why. Didn't make any sense.
Come on, boys. Let's go at them.
Take all my shit. Yeah, because that's the surgery episode that we'll do next week.
Yeah, next week we won't turn around, change our shirts, and do it in 5 minutes.
Watch how much my hair grows between each episode. Not so much.
It's amazing.
Hey, Robin. I don't want it to be all about me, even though that's what it is right now.
Oh, I mean, as it should be.
Before we go to close and go to our segments that didn't make it as segments. Do you want to fill us in on the last year of your life?
Kind of the same. I had a few gigs here and there. I ran a couple 5Ks. I celebrated the holidays with my family. Gave my kitty cats some scratches, and I think we're all caught up.
And that's Robin's story. See, I need an editor. That was amazing. Can you give us the full legal names of your cats again?
We have Professor. We have Tyson, although I also call her Tyson Louise. Well, let me go back. We have Professor, who I sometimes call Pro. We have Tyson, who for some reason I elongated her name, Tyson Louise. We have Lucky, who I kind of sometimes call Luckford. She is possessed by the devil. And then we have Burrow, who I call Blue because she's blue.
Aw.
Yeah, she's real cute.
My boy Blue.
But she's a lady cat.
Are they all? They're all lady cats.
Yeah, they're all lady cats.
Is it better to have a girl cat than a boy cat?
No, I mean, we just kind of got what we got. I've had several boy cats. I've heard that they're more snuggly. They're a little bit more snuggly, but I got myself some snuggly ladies as well, so no complaints.
And shout out to Mary Lysett, who has a new feline friend. She got a rescue cat who was named Murphy, who she immediately renamed Jameson.
Oh, he's got the stripe, but it's a little off. He's so distinguished.
He's cute.
He's very, very cute.
He's very cute.
We might have to have Mary L. on here.
Oh, yeah.
Talking about her little baby.
Oh, yeah, she'll be back. And if we may, you can look forward to a season of not just the two of us, but we'll probably get Catherine Maloney in here once in a while if she's free.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
She's funny.
Yeah, she's funny, and she's a good person to have when you need a friend. So, yeah, good stuff.
She's an angel.
Yeah.
She's an angel. She made priests learn my name, but more about that another time.
In fact, no lie, she's probably at church right now because we are doing this on Easter Sunday.
Yeah, and I'm sure she's holding that church up all by herself. She's running around doing everything.
She is. She's good people.
She is. She's a giver. She's a big giver. That little girl is a big giver.
Yeah.
Big heart. And shout out to all my friends. Did we say shout out in 2026? Is there another one?
Doing it now.
Yeah, and everybody who was there for me and for Robin. I mean, it's been a rough year. I think you all had challenges going through this, your own lives and your own things to do, but also having a friend with cancer. It's kind of hard. So I kind of tried to remind everybody, hey, if you need to get out of work or something, just tell them your friend's got cancer. Or if you're going through something and they're giving you a shit, just say, "Oh, my friend's got cancer," because we all need to get the benefits too.
I think that, and maybe this could be another episode, I think that's distinctly the difference between my personality and your personality. I don't tell anyone anything. I mean, I even put up the walls and they have to be like, what's going on? Zzz, where I think you're a little bit more, come on in, take a look, which I don't think one's better than the other, but yeah. So
yeah, you meet people, you're buttoning your coat, I'm taking my shirt off, and I'm going, my heart's right here.
Because there's probably people in my life who don't know you went through this because I wasn't telling them because I always felt like it wasn't my story to tell.
It's everyone's story to tell.
But I knew we were going to do that. I knew you were going to get better. I knew we were going to do this and have just an epic season 2. And here we are, part 1 of the epic season. No, I guess it would be, how did they do that? Episode 1. Epic episode 1 of season number 2.
Well, thank you for your support through this because it was so, you and Catherine would come and you'd cook for me and hang out for the day and bring me presents and coloring books and just all kinds of great stuff. And then both of you would drive me back and forth and just the emotional support of my friends means everything. Yeah. And people were like, "What are you doing this weekend?" I said, "Oh, the comedy girls are coming over this weekend." They're like, "Oh, good. You'll have some laughs." I'm like, "Yeah, I will." Because they're funny and they love me. So it's kind of cool. And my work friends from every job. I didn't realize how many of my old bosses I stayed friends with. I don't know what that says about me. Probably that I'm awesome. That's weird, right?
It's not weird. It's just, again, I think almost every single one of my boss, if I were to maybe a couple of exceptions, but I think if someone were to mention my name to some of my bosses, they'd be like, "Who?" But there's some out there. There's some out there I'm still Facebook friends.
I'm sure your name comes up and people's faces light up. They do.
So we'll see.
We'll see. But it's season 2. We're back. Our hair will change as the year goes on. Our shirts will change as the years go on. As the year goes on,
even as the episodes go on,
they will. And yeah,
concentrate on the hair, guys.
No, well, that's all I can think about. But whatever.
Oh no, because the next 4 episodes, our hair might look awfully the same.
It's going to be exactly the same. Do you have any segments that didn't make it as segments?
Only one. I kind of got out of the habit of making the segments that don't make it as segments, so I just have the one. As you know, Miley Cyrus has been had a whole documentary about her Disney show, and 20 years from now, because it was her 20th anniversary of her Disney show, and 20 years from now, they've already scheduled another one, and it's going to be called Nana Montana.
See, and that's funny to people even if they didn't watch it. Because it's a play on words.
It's a play on words.
It's also a nickname that Robin and I have for each other when we do old lady things. Hey, Nana.
Which is
where you going?
Increasingly more.
Yeah. I think I like to call you Mima.
Mima, yeah.
And you can call me Nana. Segments that didn't make it as segments. And this is going to be discussed in future episodes too. But how do you decide the criteria for who you will share your location with? Oh. Don't talk about it. It's not
okay.
But it's not a segment today, but it will be in the future because it's, if someone has shared their location with you and then they stop, it's like, do you get hurt or did they get a new phone?
Yeah.
And
we need to give tips on what to do and don't do when you have someone entrusting you with their location.
Yeah. And we'll let the stalker take lead on that conversation in a future episode because stalker.
It's my children I'm stalking, so it's fine.
Yeah, so it's mom stalker. I'm sure there's a name for it.
Yeah, we have
caring mother. Helicopter mom.
Digitally peeking out of their bushes Okay, they're fine. They're sleeping. Go sleep. I love you.
Meanwhile, they're homering and they're trying to sneak back into the bush.
Yeah. Well, when you grow up with a white knuckle mom, you have to know that she's going to be digitally looking at you. So, but I digress.
No, that was a good point.
Mm-hmm.
And we almost made that a segment. So
I know.
Season 2.
Season 2.
Forgot how to do it. Welcome back. Well, we hope that you guys will join us. When this comes out, I hope you'll join us in the future. It will be in the spring. This will come out, and we will have episodes once a week. We'll do our best. If you notice another break, don't think something bad has happened. Just know that, I don't know, maybe my Wi-Fi got fucked up. They're also going to be doing construction all summer and fall here at my condo. So you may see some live episodes happening off-site, maybe out on location.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I actually have, I have some suggestions for that. So.
Do you?
Yeah.
We'll discuss that offline.
Offline, as the kids say.
We're going to end up at that one restaurant we go to in John's, what is it called? St. John's Pass? Nope, that's not where that is.
Oh, the hurricane?
Yeah, remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And then I yelled at the guy in the parking lot that day, so we didn't go back for a while. But I think they got new owners.
Yeah, I think the guy in the parking lot was the owner.
Yeah, that's probably why I yelled at him. Yeah. He wanted to charge me $20 to park there, and I was like, absolutely not.
But then it was like, but then if you can prove your receipt, and it seemed a little. But I think that's how we ended up going to that real nice sushi bar. Like we hadn't been going there.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
Was it Rockin' Sushi?
I felt like out of that we expanded our horizon. We made lemons out of lemonade.
We did, and then we discovered that other place that we sat outside and started to rain. That kind of burger joint with live music across the way from the sushi place, the outside part.
Yeah.
It's like one of those fun strip malls shaped like a U that has literally no stores and like 2 sketchy doctor offices and 2 restaurants.
But the restaurants are both very good.
Yeah, I think there was an ice cream place maybe there too, right?
It was like 2 doors down from the sushi place. This is magical.
Well,
people are like, wait a minute. We have to hear one more thing about restaurants we don't know about.
Also, there's going to be a new comedy club in St. Pete, but Probably by the time this airs, it'll have closed. Because God forbid we could have something nice.
I think there's going to be several new comedy clubs, but we'll save that for another
There's
time.
more actual comedians now, you said.
Yeah, there's lots of comedians. So.
Yeah, I just do it here.
Just do it here.
I do it here. And I had a chance to stand up at the Van Wezel, but I'll tell you that story in another episode. We thank you for joining us. We hope you continue coming back. Share the information with your friends that we are back. Please comment below whether you're on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, iTunes, whatever other platform is out there. And Amy Poehler, if you're watching, we do this too.
Except we don't really have famous guests, and sometimes we just talk a lot and then got to cut it all up later on.
We're funny people talking to our friends. How is it any different from Good Hang?
That's true.
We did it first, but we're not like that. We're not petty that way. We're not going to say she copied us because we probably copied somebody else. I don't know.
Yeah.
It feels original. It doesn't feel like Joe Rogan. It feels like a legit show. Our fun little conversations. You're looking at me like we're cutting all this out.
Oh, no. I'm just thinking like Amy Poehler has a different guest every time on Good Hang.
She does.
Yeah.
And yes, they're all very, very famous.
Mm-hmm.
We probably won't get Carol Burnett, but
Oh. From your lips to God's ears.
Thanks for watching this episode of
Scooch
Ovaries.
Scooch over.
Hey, can you scooch over?
You want me to scooch over?
Just a little bit. Scooch.
Scooch?
Scooch.
Scooch. Scooch ovaries.